it's your girl Aisha, Beau here, and I am so excited to be back on YouTube. I took a little bit of a hiatus throughout the summer because I just wanted to gather myself. I wanted to figure out what direction this channel was gonna go in, and I had just been feeling like I don't know, I just feel like one, I wasn't really connecting, two, I wasn't really creating and showing up in the way that I wanted to here on YouTube. So I need to just take a few moments or months to step back, figure out what I want to do, and come back. As y'all know, I am pregnant, so that obviously influenced it. There's only so much a pregnant mama can do, but it's been a great summer, honestly. It's been a beautiful, beautiful summer. It's had its ups, it's had its downs. We've had some funerals, we've had some weddings, we've had really exciting things happen, but overall, I wouldn't change it for the world. And I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'll show you what the bump is looking like. As of this video going live, I'll be 24 weeks, but I'm shooting it right now at 23 weeks. Tomorrow I'll be 24 weeks. I feel really, really, really good. And I'm just so excited that the bump is here. The bump is growing. I feel like as soon as I got pregnant, I took a picture of myself literally the day that I peed on the stick. And I was like, even though I was only probably at that time about 4 weeks pregnant, I took a picture like, wow, is it growing yet? Like, very delusional, but it's fine. I've been super excited and just happy to be pregnant, to have this lovely baby on the way. And I've been basking in that all summer long so far. So anyways, y'all know I like to talk, so this is a catch-up video. I will be taking down a twist out, but I'm also going to be chatting. So if you are new to this channel, bear with me, enjoy the chatting. And if you are an OG, you've been with me from day one, you know what the deal is. We're gonna talk, we're gonna kiki, we're gonna take some hair down and get ready for the day. The funny thing is I still have to get used to the heavy breathing of pregnancy. My breath control isn't as strong as it used to be when I'm filming these videos. So when I'm just like talking a lot, I'm just like, it's a lot. Anyways, as you can see, I did a twist out recently. Y'all know I haven't really been doing like a traditional twist out very often because I'm more of a wash and go girl. I did a stretched twist out a few months back because I got the Dyson Air straight. In terms of a regular twist out, I haven't really been doing that this much. But what happened was that I ran out of gel. like 2 weeks ago, I ran out of gel. And I really needed to wash my hair that day. Did not feel like going outside. And I was like, well, I have the cream, the curling cream, and all the other ingredients for a regular twist out. Just do a twist out. And it came out real cute. So I've just been doing that for the past few weeks. And I feel like my hair needs a little bit more TLC. I've been using some amazing products this summer, but sometimes a twist out is good for your hair. It's like a nice break from wash and goes, and it really helps to seal in that hydration and nourishment. I am gonna take this out. I know you're gonna ask in the comments section, so let me just get it out the way now. The products that I used for my twist out. So I always do a leave-in conditioner and a curling cream when it comes to my twist outs. No more, no less. And the leave-in conditioner that I used is the Shea Moisture Amla Oil Bond Repair Leave-In Conditioner. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that I have been using the Bond Repair collection all summer long, no, all year long so far actually, because I've actually been using it now since like January, and I love it. So the Bond Repair collection by Shea Moisture is a shampoo, conditioner, mask, leave-in, and oil, and it's meant to strengthen, hydrate, and protect your hair against the elements, and my hair has honestly been flourishing because of it. So as far as my twisting cream, we're going with Old Faithful. This is what I use, the Carol's Daughter Cocoa Creme Coil Enhancing Moisture Butter. And y'all know, if you've been on my channel for a while, that is my like OG favorite twisting cream. It works every single time. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's a good one. I love it so much. Right now, as I take my twist down, I'm gonna be, because you don't take your twist down with dry hands. You gotta make sure your hands are moisturized with oil so that it can help to seal in that moisture, hydrate your hair as you're taking out the twists. And so I'm gonna be using the Bond Repair Oil. Let me make sure that gets into focus. Yeah, I'm gonna be using the Bond Repair Oil. This is really great because not only does it hydrate, but it also helps against humidity. We're still in the summer, it's hot outside, so this has been helping to preserve my curls throughout the week. I'm gonna section my hair off just to make the process of unraveling my hair easier, and I'm gonna take my time throughout this unraveling process. I usually go a little bit faster, but because of the fact that I'm gonna be talking, I'm gonna take my time. Add a few pumps to my hands, then put it on the hair and go through and start unraveling. I like to go from the back to the front because it just makes it easier for me to actually see the curls and see what I'm doing. So with twists, I literally am just gonna go in the opposite direction. And this is just the initial takedown. We're obviously gonna go back and unravel it a little bit more so it doesn't look just like little crunchy curlies. So as I mentioned, I am 23 going on 24 weeks pregnant, and I couldn't be happier, and I feel really good. I did have some issues with really, really bad growing pains and round ligament pain. That was tough. I definitely had like a week-long sprint of not feeling comfortable. Like I couldn't stand, sit, lay. My body down there in like my pelvis area and around my belly was so tight. And so if you haven't had a baby yet or been pregnant, what round ligament pain is, it's the pain, I wish I could show you, but I'm over here. It's like the pain that shoots from your pelvic area up and around where your belly is. And it's essentially caused because of the round ligaments stretching, and your body is stretching and expanding. And I'm somebody who has like a smaller frame. I don't really have like larger hips or like a more wide body. So the round ligament pain has been really bad for me. And I actually started to experience it at 9 weeks. Like I barely was showing at that point. I just looked like maybe I had like a little bit of bloating, but I guess my body was preparing itself for that growth. The stretching was really painful. And then I experienced it again at 18 weeks, and it was so bad and so unbearable. Thankfully though, it only lasted me for a week, and I have been, feeling better ever since, which is good. But that, I will say, has been like the hardest parts physically of this journey for me. I did not have morning sickness and nausea. I did have a moment where I had some food aversion, and let me not even sugarcoat it. It wasn't some food aversion. I didn't want anything. I didn't want to eat anything. Everything looked gross, unappetizing, like wham. Those were like the worst symptoms for me. And then just other things like headaches every so often, shortness of breath, fatigue. I think fatigue has been like the number one most persistent symptom that I've been feeling. I've just been so tired. Even in the second trimester, I have a little bit more energy, but I'm still really tired. And I'm somebody who naturally is just like high on life. I don't drink coffee, or take anything with caffeine to help me to, feel more energized. I just normally am like naturally energized. So that feeling of tiredness constantly and having to fight through it has been really tough. And as an entrepreneur, it's even more tough because it's not like I have a boss or coworkers who's like, hey girl, you got to get up, you got to do this, you got to make sure that you're sharing this on time, doing this on time. So I rely a lot on self-motivation. And so being so tired really is like a big hindrance for me as someone who works for themselves. But we have been able to get through it the best that we can, and I feel good. Overall, I feel really good and happy. And with regards to work, the brand deals have been coming in, which makes me happy because, as a full-time content creator, it's really important that I'm working with brands consistently and that I'm landing deals that pay very well. There was a dry spell at the beginning of the year where I wasn't getting a lot of brand opportunities, and so that was tough. But I think now, being an entrepreneur for 6 years, I wasn't as hard on myself as I used to be. I wasn't as depressed or upset about it because I know at the beginning of every year, it's always slow. I think companies are figuring out their financial model for the year. They're figuring out what creators they want to work with and getting it all together. So I just gave myself some grace. I made sure I was, staying active. And also it gave me a chance to relax and rest during that first trimester, which I'm really, really, really grateful for, because if I was super busy at that time, it would have been tough. But things definitely picked up around the second trimester, and life was busy. And I told myself at the beginning of this year that I did not want to allow myself to burn out like I did last year. Last year, I was playing a lot of catch up. I was trying to get myself together financially again because things had started to slow down for me a lot. And due to myself, because like the year before, I just feel like the honeymoon and, being outside and all that stuff kind of took away from me really being as focused as I used to be. I started to make a lot of money and I was spending it just as fast and not necessarily prioritizing being as disciplined as I was when I first became an entrepreneur. And I started to feel the pains of that last year because it was hard to kind of build myself back up, get the content flow back, get the consistency, get the engagement that I had once had when I was more disciplined. So last year I really just got locked and loaded, and I was just working my butt off. And I also made the mistake of just saying yes to any and every opportunity that I was given. And that is always a recipe for disaster. On top of the fact that my old manager, who's not my manager anymore, she's also a workhorse. So she was very much all right, negotiating deals constantly, all right, this opportunity, let's go. And I burnt out more than once last year. And I told myself, I'm not doing that again. I will not do that again. I will not allow myself to get there. I think the beauty of working for yourself is that you can regulate burnout and regulate, making sure that your mental and physical health is intact. And I wasn't doing that for myself. So I had to make some changes. And at the beginning of this year, like I said, I told myself that I had to be mindful. And there was a period in my second trimester where we just signed so many freaking deals. Or you know what, it wasn't even we signed a billion deals. We just signed a few deals that were very, very, very robust. Long-term deals with a lot of deliverables, and there was just a lot going on. And I felt myself falling into that place. And I know when I'm burnt out because I'm agitated. I'm annoyed easily. I'm more tired. I don't want to do shit, for lack of a better word. I just wasn't feeling it. I was just miserable constantly. I was even popping off at my old manager because I was like, you need to advocate for me. I was like, you need to make sure that these brands aren't taking advantage of me, And it was tough. And I keep referring to her as my old manager because she told me earlier this year that she wanted to, that basically she wanted to dissolve her business and focus more on motherhood, which I was I completely get that. I understand. And, there was a part of me that was this makes sense. And this might be part of the big shift that I need to kind of light a fire under me to go for bigger and better things, because my old manager is amazing at negotiating a deal and, making sure that I'm getting paid what I want. But when it came to helping me with business development, building myself out as a true brand, a true business, and going beyond the brand deal and pitching me for other opportunities, she was really lacking. And I was essentially just giving her a percentage of everything that came in directly to me, which was about, I want to say 98% of deals and opportunities. So here I am, giving someone a percentage of all of my deals for just negotiation. And I was like, you know what, this could be exactly what I need. Maybe I pull it in-house for a little bit. David helps to just negotiate those deals. And then from there, I don't have to give away a percentage of my money anymore. But that was short lived because I was like, oh no, I need somebody who, because David has a full-time job. He actually works. He is not here to just be my manager. So that was short lived. And I was like, all right, I need to put my feelers out there for someone else and to be represented by someone who really takes my growth seriously and who is going to help to propel me to that next level, because I want so much more. I want more than just to be someone who is peddling somebody else's product, somebody else's brand, somebody else's dream for the rest of my life on social media, you know? I see myself on television. I see myself having my own products, having more retreats, and I really wanted someone to work with someone who is in alignment with that, who sees the vision, who believes in me, and who has the expertise to help me to get there and guide me. And so I put my feelers out. I don't know if you're not on Instagram, you may not have heard of it before, but it's called Threads. And so Threads is essentially like Twitter. And so it's just like a forum. Like you can just type and say whatever you want. It's more so like the written word as opposed to pictures. And so I just posted on Threads about looking for a manager, and I interviewed I want to say 12 different people, like whether they were with an agency or they were a specific individual. I, went through and interviewed them, and I really went in there with a clear goal in mind that I wanted more than just somebody who can negotiate brand deals. And eventually I came across somebody came across me because she reached out to me, who had the expertise, the vision, and everything, everything and more that I wanted. So we've been working together because of the fact that my old manager, this is the part that annoys me, my old manager essentially jumped in and secured. These deals came in through me, but she secured and negotiated 3 or 4 more deals on her way out. So although she told me in April that, I don't even know, March, I feel like she told me in March or April that she was dissolving her business and that, she was going to move on, whatever. I am now essentially paying this woman out through October, because these were all long-term deals that we still did. But I do, I have been working with my new manager, and she's been fantastic. We recently negotiated, and I did an amazing collaboration with Huggies. Yes, Huggies, the diaper brand. Oh my gosh. The campaign hasn't come out yet. We shot it last week, and it was just amazing. And the way that she went about the negotiations was top notch. She just really made sure that I was getting paid on time, getting paid how much I deserve, and getting the treatment that I deserve from this big major brand. And I feel really safe. Not to mention, she's just been coaching me through the types of content that I should be sharing and the way that I should be showing up online if I want to fulfill my goals of, being on air and speaking more and whatnot. And honestly, it's mainly been on Instagram, but it's been hitting. Every last piece of guidance and idea that she's given me has hit. And I just could not be more grateful. I can't share who my manager is currently. We are under embargo, but that information will come out at some point. But for now, I am just so grateful, so freaking happy, and feeling in a really good place in terms of my career. I think the biggest setback for me this summer so far with my career was with my retreat for this year. I don't know if you remember or even saw the video, but I posted, my last video was about me taking a trip to this beautiful, beautiful spa in Saratoga Springs. And it's essentially where I planned on hosting the retreat for this year. And the reason I'm doing last year I did a retreat in St. Martin. It was amazing. We flew to a beautiful exotic island and we had an amazing time. But because of the fact that I am pregnant, I wanted to do something domestic this year. Found like this spa reached out to me about coming in to visit, and I was like, or coming upstate to visit, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is actually a beautiful, rejuvenating, restorative place. Why don't I bring my audience here and have a retreat here? And so we did everything we could to put together an itinerary, made an entire plan, all of the above, and set a date for the end of September for the retreat. And I started promoting it and sharing it. But the issue was we had made all these plans and worked on it in my first trimester. And if you can remember from the beginning of our conversation, I was exhausted during my first trimester. Oh, they're gardening outside. You may not have to close the door. I was exhausted my first trimester. So I didn't necessarily get to do as much like advanced promotion of the retreat as I would have liked. And I feel that definitely hindered the amount of people who knew about the retreat, cared about the retreat, were interested in paying for it. And so I ended up not getting enough registrations. And it's, you know what, I have kind of, as somebody who's been an entrepreneur for 6 years, I'm kind of over the embarrassment aspect of things when I feel like I've failed. And so I'm gonna just be honest, I only got one person who registered. There was only one person after promoting it for I think about like 3 months, or like 3.5 months, only one person registered for the retreat. And I had to make a decision and think about it for long and hard and decide that I wasn't gonna move forward with this year's retreat. I was like, there just isn't enough interest. People just aren't, for some reason, registering for it. So I have to just, I have to take this L. And, that kind of stuff is always really hard when you are a business owner, because I was so excited. I was like, oh, this is going to be so fun, so unique. And it's going to be a bunch of amazing Black women at this beautiful spa in Saratoga Springs. And I had this vision, and unfortunately, it just wasn't the time. It wasn't the time, and that's what I have to come to terms with, the fact that right now it just didn't work out, and I needed to move forward with canceling the retreat for this year. So I decided to cancel my Saratoga retreat for September. But I think what makes me feel good and optimistic is the fact that I am still in planning mode for my retreat next year, 2025, in Bali. And that, I think, is a little bit more appealing because people want to be out of the country. People want to travel out of the country. People want to go to an exotic place, and the price is very good. I'm making sure to work really hard to ensure that the pricing is good, and also that there's like a really good payment plan, so you're paying just a little bit at a time. Also, the trip is going to be in August of 2025, so that is going to give people a year to prepare, to start putting down, different payments, installments, and to really, really get excited for the trip. So I feel good about next year's retreat. I can't dwell on failures and no's and things that didn't go right. I have to just move forward. And I feel really, really good about Bali. So we're in the final stages of getting all the details together for Bali. And I'm going to be sharing all of those details in the coming weeks so that you can register. And we're going to have some specials for people who register early, so discounts. I know everyone loves the discount word, and having some money knocked off. So I'm really working hard to ensure that Bali happens. I ain't canceling Bali, okay? It's happening. We going. And I'm like ready. I'm so excited for that. And I'll feel comfortable leaving my newborn child for a week. My mom actually is going to be moving up here from Florida She's gonna be moving here. I know y'all love my mama, she's crazy. She's gonna be moving here in September, and our baby is due in November, so she's gonna be here with me for the final months leading up to our baby's birth, and she's just gonna be living here with me for the rest of her life. No, no, she's gonna live in our house for a year, and then she's gonna have her own place after that, because after all, my mom is more than just a mom. She is a woman and a person and a human being, so she's gonna have her own space after a year. But I think having her around is gonna be so helpful. I think something that I've noticed about like a lot of my friends who don't have that parent or that older family member to really be there and guide them and support them, I feel like they're a little more neurotic. Those are the people who are like the crazy parents who are like, we don't cook our food with salt and we make sure that our baby, like they're just like OD strict about every last thing because they're more so like guided for baby care by the internet, by apps, by social media than they are someone who has actually been there, raised kids who are alive and well and healthy. Like my brother and I are very strong, so smart. We are great people, loving people. So I definitely feel my mom did an amazing job and she truly is an expert. Yeah, so I'm really happy and excited to have her here for some guidance, and I think it'll be fun to have her on my YouTube channel. She's probably watching this right now and she's gonna be like, man, I'm Poppy Sure, man, I'm Poppy Sure. But she gonna be on this YouTube channel, y'all, as soon as she moves. So I'm excited. I feel like there's some good things on the horizon, and I just couldn't be happier in this moment. Not every day is the same. Not every day is easy. I am not, jumping for joy every minute, but what I am doing is choosing joy. I'm choosing joy whenever I can, choosing joy in the darkest of times, choosing joy when things are going well. And ever since I made that shift in my mindset, my life has just been a lot better, a lot lighter. I wrote in my weekly self-care newsletter that I'm someone who has had a tough life. Like, I've had a hard life, not so easy, and things have not always gone my way. And not even just that, I've witnessed some things that have been traumatic and stressful, and experienced some things that have been traumatic and stressful. And so I used to live my life on edge and on guard and ready for the next bad thing to happen, and just essentially fighting against the current. And I'm flowing with what God has in store for me. I'm flowing with the twists and turns that life has in store for me, and I feel good. I feel really, really good. And, again, like I said, not every day is good. Not every day is amazing. But when you choose optimism and you choose joy, that makes a huge, huge difference. So on to exciting things and what is coming up for your girl. One, David and I are going to Aruba for my 35th birthday and baby moon. I decided to just make it a package deal because my birthday is in September, the due date is in November, and I really, really, really wanted to and need to go away for my 35th. So I was like, you know what? I will share and make this the baby moon as well. But I mean, at the end of the day, the baby moon is about the parents, and it's about just having that time to celebrate, to get away, to relax before your new normal starts. And right now I need to start preparing. It's hard because I want to buy like new bathing suits and cover-ups and like cute outfits and stuff like that. But my proportions, it's weird because it's like, yes, my boobs have been growing and getting bigger, but it's not like the rest of like my chest and my shoulders and upper body is getting so much bigger. So I still can wear like a small sometimes at the top. But it's a toss up. And then in terms of like dresses and bottoms, I do have to size up. Currently, I've just been going up one size, but I'm like, who knows what size I'm gonna be at the end of August, because we haven't even gotten to August yet. We're almost to August, but we're not there yet. So I think for me, what I need to focus on is just getting things with stretch. And not all stretch is equal, because some stretch is like tight stretch. And then there's other stretch that truly is like stretchy and easy to manipulate and move and feel comfortable in. Like this outfit that I'm wearing today. You can't see anything, but it's all right. You'll see it in the when I showcase my full body and show you my bump. All right, this is the bump from the front, and this is the bump from the side. So this is how the bump looks at 23 going on 24 weeks. You know, we are small but mighty, and I'm very happy. I'm happy with how it looks, how it's growing, and also I'm like oiling this bad boy up. Oh, it has a line because this thing is tight, but I've been oiling this thing up since before I even started to grow or show. Because I'm not playing with stretch marks. I'm just not doing it. So yes, so there's my bumpy bump. Ew. Yes. Yeah, some things do have like a nice, easy, lighter, more stretch with more give. So it's a little easier for me and my bump to maneuver through. So I just got to figure out what I'm going to wear and the vibes. I definitely wanted to be sexy, grown and sexy. It's at the end of the day, it is a little vacation with me and my husband. So, you know, I want to look good and feel good. And I have not been allowing pregnancy to limit my fashion sense. I'm still a fashion girl at the end of the day. I'm still going to be turning these looks. I'm still going to be giving you sexy, fun, unique looks, despite the fact that I now have a bump in the front. I feel like that actually makes it more exciting and more fun. So I got to figure out outfits for that trip. And what else is coming up? So I planned out my maternity shoot. So I'm going to be working with a stylist. If you remember my birthday shoot, I had a stylist, a fashion stylist, a hairstylist, a makeup artist, and a photographer help me with my birthday shoot last year, my 34th birthday shoot. And so I'm basically bringing the gang back together and they're all going to be helping me with my maternity shoot. So that is really exciting. So I'm just waiting for the stylist to come back to me with the ideas and the direction. I gave her some feedback. I really don't want it to be the traditional maternity shoot. Like, I'm really going for something that, you know, showcases me and David as the parents and celebrates us as the parents and showcases our personal style. I think people focus so much just like on the bump and emphasizing the bump that which is a given. The bump is going to show in the maternity pictures no matter what. So it's not going to be a shoot, around the bump. It's going to be a shoot that has, more depth and flavor and fun in it. So I'm really excited to see what ideas she comes back with. And that is going to happen in September. And then our baby shower is in October. Oh my gosh. I finally, life slowed down a little bit and I was able to plan that out. So that is really exciting. I put in the deposit for the venue last week and I cannot wait. There's a lot of exciting things coming up. And then in terms of YouTube, the exciting things coming up, I am going to start a new series, a completely new series on YouTube. I will still be showcasing hair tutorials, vlogs, day in the life, get ready with me, all the normal, YouTube videos. But I am going to also have a series that comes out on Saturday mornings, and it's going to be called Life Reimagined with Aisha, Beau. And next weekend, it's going to start. We're going to have the first episode next weekend. And essentially, it's going to be all things lifestyle, self-love, and really taking this one beautiful, glorious life that you have to live and reimagining it. making it more beautiful, more fun, more bold, more savory, and just inspiring you, and just going out there and making your life as fulfilling and beautiful as you want, and making those little touches around your home and in your everyday life to help to see that through. So I'm really excited about it. I hope you are too. It's gonna be fun. So that means I'm gonna have two long form YouTube videos a week. On Fridays, we're gonna have our traditional YouTube videos, and then on Saturday mornings, Life Reimagined. So make sure you're watching both, showing up for both, and not just supporting me, but also watching it and taking in the information. Like, these videos are for you. Like, this is to inspire you on your journey. This isn't just for me to do it for fun. The goal here is showcasing the things that have helped me to make my life more beautiful and more exciting, and how I want to pass that information over to you. So yes, child, that is coming out next Saturday. I decided to give myself some time because I want to make sure that I'm shooting episodes in advance so I don't fall off and I actually stay super, super, super consistent. So the twist out is out. How are we liking the twist out? Let me show you. Yes. I know I need another curly cut because this side is like shorter right here than this side. This side is like longer. So it like kicks out a little more over here than it does over here. So I have to like fluff this side. I'm not gonna pick it because I feel like we have a good amount of volume. And I think as the days go along and as my hair experiences the humidity and heat and elements, it's just gonna get bigger on its own. So I'm just gonna let it rock. Yep, just taking my hands. Again, my hands have oil on them. And I'm just giving it some Uh-oh, hopefully YouTube doesn't copyright me for saying that. That's the look. And now I need to allow my workday to commence because my hair is together. And as you can see, I have a little bit of makeup on. So I have a few things I need to shoot today and get ahead of, and I'm just so excited. But I'm happy to be back on YouTube. I'm happy to be back to talking to you, sharing with you, and I really, really, really hope that you enjoyed this video. And as always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or feedback, please leave them in the comment section below. You know I reply to all of my comments. I love comments. I love talking to you, all of the above. If you haven't already and you enjoyed this long video, be sure to subscribe and make sure you hit that notification icon so you know my next video goes live. Have an amazing rest of your day, your weekend, your night, your week, whenever and however you're watching this video. Until next time.